your boy, Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit the doggone subscribe button. Hit the notification bell every time I post up new content. Hold on, let me see something right there. Okay, people. So here's the deal. This is my one of my good friends uh, sent me a TikTok clip about this movie on Netflix um, about Leave the World Behind. Right. So I went and checked it out yesterday, and for the most part, damn good movie. But for the most part, it ended fucked up, right? You know, and so basically, so I watched the TikTok clip, and just to let you know, yes, tasty beverage in hand. Uh, it's Monday. So another case, people. So here's the deal. I watched the movie, and for the most part, right, if you actually really been paying attention to what I've actually really been saying on this particular channel and my previous channel, right, I've already talked about this once before. And then whoever the hell this TikTok guy is, right, he should have been talking about, well, what the hell did the Spanish woman say? Well, put like this. I don't know all of it, but it's just for the simple fact, when you ask for help, you sit up there beating on the window. You're asking for help. Whether you actually really can comprehend what the fuck the person is talking about, but if somebody's sitting up there beating on the window, common sense should kick in and be like, hey, look, asking for help. 9 times out of 10, she saw some shit that she didn't need to see or she didn't want to see. Right? And then the whole thing about the ship or the oil, it looked like an oil liner or whatever. And it said something about the white lion, right? Then this guy, he wants to sit up there and holler about, okay, well, the white lion was a slave ship. Okay, so red flag right there, because my thing is this, right? Explain the boat ride from Africa to here. That was 90 plus days. So for the most part, I really doubt if the white lion made it from off the coast of Africa to over here, right? And then, according to who the fuck you talk to, it was only one slave ship that actually really made over here. And guess what? It was not the white lion. Okay, so whatever the fuck old boy talking about, all right, yeah, we gonna do away with that. So he was talking about like some other stuff, talking about when the girl went into the bunker or whatever, and he was talking about how all of the electronic cars were Tesla cars. Well, the thing about it is this, yes, if you know anything about Nikola Tesla, which apparently this motherfucker don't, right? Nikola Tesla is one, he's the main person that's responsible for the AC/DC current, everything that, might well just go ahead and say everything electrical, right? Nikola Tesla is Nikola Tesla is is responsible for it. So everybody know what the fuck happened to him when he died. The powers that be went in there and snatched up all this shit, right? And for the most part, I agree the fact, depending on when he was born, right? I'm almost willing to bet money that he didn't die, he was murdered. So they can actually really get that from him and to actually really make a profit off of his inventions. This is something that has always happened, just like that damn Malaysia flight. That 1 minute you can see it, and then all of a sudden it disappears because of, if you go back and actually really look at the manifest of the people that was on that particular airplane, there was a lot of important people on that airplane that actually really had very important patents, right, to some real serious shit. The powers that be don't want to pay, so guess what the fuck you do? You hijack a plane, kidnap a plane, get rid of the folk, and then guess what? You get the booty, or you get the goodies, right? And it's at no cost to you, or no cost to the doggone United States. Well, my bad. It's no cost to the powers that be, right? So another thing that was actually that I actually really saw in the movie. I mean, it was a good, like I say, it was a good movie, right? But looking at the the movie and then listening to what the fuck this guy's talking about, I'm just like, I don't know. This is bullshit. But it is one thing that he did talk about, which was actually rather interesting. And y'all gonna have to, because I'm actually really looking at something right fast. I'm actually really looking at the map of the United States. If I can actually really draw this some bitch out, and it's not letting me do this. Hold on, because I don't know if a lot of people. Damn, come on now. It's almost like these motherfuckers know what I'm trying to do. So MIMAL. Yeah. So in our case, he was talking about the solar eclipse. And then, as you know, or as most people should know, April the 8th, which is 7 days after my 51st birthday, a solar eclipse is going to come right. It's pretty much, it's going to split, it's going to damn near split the state of Arkansas in half. Right? But everybody knows about X hits the spot. So if you haven't done this already, right, go and look at the path of the solar eclipse that happened in 2017. And then you go and look at the path of what the solar eclipse is actually really going to take here in less than 4 months, right? And then you actually really look at where the X marks the spot. That shit hits the New Madrid or the New Madrid, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It hits that fault dead on, right? Now, everybody always want to holler about San Andreas this, San Andreas that, San Andreas the other, right? But the one fault that nobody actually really talks about is that one fault that actually really runs down the side of the Arkansas and the Missouri border. And I just told you, it's a New Madrid fault. But here's something else that y'all may or may not know. How many of y'all know of the how many of y'all know what and I hope I'm saying this right. How many of y'all know what MIMO is? Right? Which if you don't know what MIMO is, right? Basically, those are nothing but the initials for the states of Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Arkansas, and Louisiana. They actually really call that man in the middle, right? And then, so if you actually really stop and think about it for a minute, you look at the man in the middle, and then if you look at where the New Madrid fault hits, it actually really hits the man in the middle, right? So basically, unless you're a boxer, and if you get hit in your midsection, what the fuck you gonna do? You gonna fucking fold over, right? And depending on the type of person that you are, it's actually really gonna take you a while to actually really get yourself together, get your composure about yourself, so that if anything else hits, right, you can actually really be prepared for it. But just know this: the average motherfucker, right? Whether you get hit up top or in the middle, that's some shit that you actually really ain't ready for. So, just like I say, he was actually really talking about the doggone eclipse, which I give him that. And then it was something else about the 3 day, whatever the fuck it is, right? But here's the deal, right? Whatever the fuck the 3 days of darkness is what the fuck he was talking about, right? 9 times out of 10, he counting that shit 1, 2, 3. And I'm pretty sure what he's doing, what he's trying to do is he's trying to actually really say 3 24-hour days. That is not how the doggone that is not how the eclipse works. At best. And then see, here's the deal. You have, like I say, now if y'all want to actually really sit up here and actually really say, oh, well, he's bringing religion into it. No, I'm not, because here's the deal. If you actually really know what religion is, or the etymology of the word religion, right, then you already know that that is not the case here. So, but anybody that actually really knows what solar eclipse actually really testifies to. It actually really testifies to when they hung Joshua on the cross. And it was from the 6th hour to the 9th hour that darkness came over the world. Right? So, and so basically what happens is this. 3 days were passed. And I've actually already talked about this. So basically what happens is this. The sun comes up. The S-U-N and the S-O-N, one are the same. Romans 1:19 and 20. Go read it. Right? So the S-U-N, or the S-U-N and the S-O-N. So when they nailed the S-O-N to the cross, then it was darkness from the 6th hour to the 9th hour. Or it was either from the 9th hour to, I'm almost sure that it was from the 6th hour to the 9th hour. So guess what? So when the sun went down, guess what? That day was over with. That's the end of that day. So that's one day, right? And so 3 hours later, the sun comes up. That's day 2, right? And then when the sun actually really goes down on the regular, when it's supposed to go down, that's day 2 passed, right? And then when it comes up the next day, Day 3. Right? So it's not a motherfucking 3 days of darkness, because the thing about it though is this: if you don't know how to count, then for the most part, you're gonna fuck it up. Plain and simple. Right? So, and as far as like as far as like NASA goes, NASA, as we all know, is a organization that is funded by the powers that be. Right? And if you actually really know anything about NASA, for the most part, their claim to fame is what happened on July 17, 1969. Right? Which, for the most part, a solar storm happened that day. Right? And it hit the earth. The most dangerous solar flare that actually really hit the planet Earth was way back, I want to say hold on, let's do this. I want to say it was way back in, it was way back in, hold on, let's do this right fast. Worst solar flare. Yeah, 1859, right? Was the worst. I don't know. Ooh, hold on, most powerful. It was in 1859, right? And then and then they were saying something. So that was the worst. So just imagine if something like that was to actually really hit the earth today, right? Technology as we know it wouldn't motherfucking exist, right? So, and then just like say, with all of this stuff, they always holler about the power grid. The power grid needs to be updated, blah 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 blah, and all that kind of stuff. And now that I actually really stop and think about it for a minute, maybe this is why Congress is really trying real hard to block the sun with motherfucking clouds. See, here's the deal. See, they about to tell them themselves without them. It's almost like, okay, well, if we gonna do this, then so now it's like, okay, well, how the fuck we gonna do this? Well, we gonna do it with clouds. Okay, motherfucker, how you gonna make the clouds? How y'all gonna make the clouds? Chemtrails and the motherfucking heart machine. So guess what? If you don't know about chemtrails, guess what? You finna find out here quick, fast, in the motherfucking hurry. You finna find out about the goddamn heart machine. Quick, fast, and in the motherfucking hurry. Because that's the deal. Because here's the deal. How else are you gonna block out the damn sun? You finna make some bullshit clouds with a bullshit machine. It's, like I say now, I mean, if you don't know no better, you would almost think that come April 8th, right? Which I'm thinking that's the actual date. Yeah. Let's do this. Solar eclipse 2024. April 8th, yeah. 7 days after I turned 51 years old. Right? And then, like I said, it's going to, for the most part, it's going to be very close to Little Rock, Arkansas. Right? Matter of fact, it's probably going to be so close that for the simple fact that we're anybody that's here, anybody that's gonna be here for that, and you just say, well, you know what? I'm not gonna go where everybody gonna be at, right? So, but I'm almost willing to bet money, right? That we will indeed get some of the effects of the doggone solar eclipse. But see, here's the deal. Here's the thing, right? Right now, once that happens, because matter of fact, you know what? If I already know, if you know, if I could make that trip, I will make that trip, and I will actually really prove the point that once the sun goes down, the day is over with, right? Whether it's only for a few minutes, right? If it's dark outside, if it's listen, if it's pitch black outside, guess what? Day over. And then a few minutes later, right? The sun comes back up. Guess what? It ain't April 8th. It will not be April the 8th no more. If you count it like how you're supposed to count it, it will be April the 9th. Right? And you know, and then once you hold on, wait a minute. See, this is this is too goddamn juicy. Hold on. Easter. Oh wow. Hey, look, check this out, people. Easter for next year will be March the 31st. Ain't that a bitch? so again, here's the deal. So you looking at March 31st, Easter is going to happen, which people will say, okay, hey, look, this is the day. Hold on, wait a minute. Let's do this. So March 31st. So March 31st is going to be on a Saturday. Again, if you know anything about the days and how they was named and who they was named after, right? And then my birthday comes, right? So March 31st is on a Sunday. My birthday is on a Monday. And then April 8th falls on a Monday, or Moon Day, right? Damn. Okay, so again, people, you look at this. So here it is. That inside of 9 days, right? You're gonna have like, and then you're gonna have like, okay, well, this March 31st is gonna be like, okay, so you're gonna celebrate that he died on the cross, and then all this stuff from the 6th hour to the 9th hour is supposed to take place on March 31st. And then here it is. Then on the 8th, April 8th, right? The solar eclipse is gonna happen, which actually really signifies Yahshua Messiah being on the cross. Again, 6th hour to the 9th hour, right? And but dig this, right? Again, if you go back and look at what happened in the book of Genesis, no, not Genesis, Exodus, where when Moses said, "Hey, look," and Yahweh said unto Moses, "This month will be the beginning of the month unto you," right? And then you go over and you look at what Exodus 13:4 says. Right, and then it said, and ye came out of this month of the, ye came out of this, you come out of the month of Abib, right? Abib translated is April. right? And then what the hell they said? What did they have to, what was instructed? Go get you a male lamb, 2 years younger. Could not be wrong with him. Hold him over to the 14th. You killed him on the 14th. April 14th is on a Sunday, right? But your solar eclipse is on the 8th. Easter is on motherfucking March 31st. Now you tell me what the fuck is wrong with that goddamn picture. Don't worry, I'll wait because I already know none of you motherfuckers don't. You don't know. So here's the deal, people. My man on TikTok, you really didn't make a whole lot of sense. You really did. Right? And then you talking about the girl in the bunker, and then she had, and then what's so bad about it, right? You know, here's the deal. The girl had on an NASA shirt. Now, grant the fact, Google or Merriam-Webster's dictionary has actually really changed some of the meanings of certain words, right? But the thing about it though is this: the girl had on the NASA shirt. Why? Because for the most part, NASA in Hebrew means to what? To deceive. What happened to Eve in the Garden of Eden? Who deceived Eve? Right? Who told her to bite the fruit? Right? Now, again, he said that he wants to go to the abyss. Well, God damn it, I just took you there. Right? And then he had the obey shirt on. Right? Now, if you know anything about wedding vows, right, back in the day, that was the deal. And it probably still is the deal. To love, honor, and obey thy husband. Now, unless you actually come up with your own vows, then that's what the fuck you gonna run with. Okay? Eve didn't obey. That's why that bitch, well, I ain't gonna call her no bitch, but that's why the hell she had on, that's why she had on the NASA shirt. Right? NASA will have you believe that what the fuck happened on July 17, 1969, these bastards went to the moon. But then go back and watch the doggone press conference. There should have been there. Well, did you see the stars? And none of them motherfuckers said, oh, we didn't see no stars. But you're on the fucking moon, though. Go back and look at any of the doggone pictures that NASA so-called took. Oh, yeah, they're on the moon. But the flag is, okay. And then you also got to look at it like this. That what was going on during that motherfucking time frame. The space race. Whoever got to the moon first, that showed how strong you were. So United States, back then, depending on who the fuck you talk to, what they say, if you can't make it, motherfucking fake it. There's too many goddamn documentaries out there debunking that NASA ever went to the moon, and then they fucked around and they told on themselves on some videos that they didn't go to the moon. So again, the guy talking about the white lion, and I'm just like, okay, explain the motherfucking boat ride. Matter of fact, who the fuck you think captured a whole bunch of people, put them on a boat, and then they come here? You ain't feeding them worth a damn, right? But you want me to believe that you put motherfuckers on the boat, put them, and it came here, and then we all African American. I'm gonna call bullshit on that because it's just for the simple fact I had the privilege to talk to both of my grandmothers and my great grandma, and not now time that they said anything about their parents getting off of a boat. We was already here. So again, what the fuck? And then it's just for the simple fact now the whole deal about them being in the house, they on vacation. Right? And then they were like, but then again, you also gotta look at it. Oh, like, so you're on vacation. Are you really on vacation? Or are you running away from some shit? And then here they come. Hey, y'all in our house. It's like discovering America, right? You know, Christopher Columbus, motherfucker, he discovered America. Okay, and then who came out to greet your ass? Okay, so again, this is how you have to look at this shit. To be perfectly honest with you, 10 minutes into the movie, I already knew what the fuck was gonna happen. Right? But I you know what? I said, you know what? I'm gonna watch it. Just to say that I watched it. And then for the most part, it ended just like how I wanted it to end, how I thought it would end. The little girl with the NASA shirt, all what the fuck she wanted to do was watch that last season of Friends, right? And then the thing about it, the brother, right? He wanted to fuck the daughter, right? Which again, you know what? Just look at it like this, people. And what I was telling my wife yesterday, right? In order, and please do not look at this as I'm being racist or anything like that, because the thing about it though is this. Yes, I'm racist, right? But it's only because I know all the specifications of the human body on why it's there and how it works and why it works the way that it does work. Right? So my whole deal is this. In order for the shit to actually really get back to how it once was, guess what the fuck you gonna have to do? right? And it's not for the simple fact that you got to leave the world behind. Leave that motherfucking technology shit alone. Motherfuckers that got too goddamn lazy. All of them goddamn deer, then the flamingos. Look at it like this, people. You lose the Wi-Fi. It's at 5G, and then here they come with the 6G, right? That Wi-Fi signal will fuck up a bird's compass. It'll actually really fuck up a human's compass, right? You fuck up the natural frequency of both the earth, people, and the goddamn animals. So when the Wi-Fi cut off, guess what the fuck the animals was doing? Oh! This our shit. What the fuck is that house doing there? Why they in this motherfucking swimming pool? Why old boy jacking his dick to old girl's ass? So again, people, old boy on TikTok, you know what? I give it to you that you wanna know what the fuck is going on, right? I applaud you for that, but a lot of your information is faulty. So I think I covered everything. So guess what y'all get to do? Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your dad, tell your birthday, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa. Motherfucker next door across the street, right across Paul's Harris. Hey, crazy uncle. I'm gonna holler at y'all.